All right, and joining us today in the hook is one of my favorite social media follows. He's the president of the Fast Food Secrets Club, and you've seen his content literally all over your timelines for as long as he's been doing this. And little known fact, also a former Division I baseball player.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the hook, Jordan Stallion. What's going on, man?
Nice to meet y'all. Nice to meet you.
As a fellow former or trying to not be big back anymore, I appreciate your content more than most people.
Thank you very much.
Helping everybody, y'all, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm not doing any favors at this point. No, God bless.
I live in those comments, bro. When you recommend some shit, I'm like, yo, where's the shit I drop a
No,
pin?
you had a comment one time that went so crazy in that video. I was like, this is hilarious. You be killing me. It's so funny.
Fluffy side chicken, you know what I'm saying? Who's out there?
So before we get into the talk about the content and the eats and the collaborations and all that type of
Yes,
stuff,
sir.
your history as a D1 baseball player, you know what I mean?
Division I, that's a big deal right there.
Papi.
Here, let me see your hand.
Oh, my hands, they got real soft now. They got real soft now.
You can hit it, pop, you know? You fuerte, papi.
You want to know what's crazy too is when I played with a kid. His name was Eric De La Rosa. Big shout out to Eric, Dominican. And I was like, and mind you, like he was like probably
A Dominican baseball player?
right? I never heard of it. He was like probably 6'5", 6'6", tall, but skinny. And I was like, this is our guy. Like when I got into the team, I was like, this is the guy. Dude, he took one batting practice. I mean, you could literally point in a direction. He could hit that ball like 400 feet anywhere. I'm like, this is insane. Like it was really cool. But yes, I did play D1 baseball. That was a whole journey. I started playing when I was 16, and I was awful at it. It was a whole situation where like we came up super just not on the financial side of things. My parents gave me a choice. They said we can either give you a baseball pants or baseball glove, but we can't get you both. And they told me, my dad sat me down before the first ever practice. He said, look, this is an investment. We're investing in you. This is not you just do it. If you don't like it, get out kind of thing. Like you really need to take this seriously. And that's kind of when I had my first practice. I did awful. But like after that day, I'm like, I want to be a professional. I want to take this to the highest level possible.
What position did you play?
Outfielder. But when they wanted to draft me, they wanted me as a first baseman. Which
shout out to the first baseman, baby.
Was
it the bat or the glove, or is Jordan a 5-tool player?
Jesus, Jordan thought he was a 5-tool. Boy, I had half of a tool. I was very strong. So I was a hitter. It was my bat that really did it for me. And funny enough, the team that was interested in drafting me was the Mets. So I thought I was going to come down here, which was cool. But no, man, it was hitting for sure. I had fast hands, and with baseball, obviously, like the hardest thing to kind of learn is to get hands right straight to the zone. And so as you grow up, as you get higher in levels, like when you get to Division I think the first batter I faced was, I want to say it was Percy, I think. Percy or Connor. But they top out at 98 miles an hour. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's the first thing I ever saw getting in there. Okay. But you notice, like, when you're on that
Percy or Connor from last name, first name?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Cole Percival, who was the son of, why am I forgetting my coach's first name, man? Troy Percival?
Okay. Oh,
yeah, the one that Barry Bonds absolutely destroyed his pitch. Okay. I don't like talking about that. So sorry, coach. I should go. His son, who was a pitcher, and then Connor Cannon, who was again like a giant.
That is a pitching ass name,
dude. Connor Cannon. Connor Cannon.
You gotta have some gas.
Dude, he topped it like 98, and he led our whole entire team in home runs. Like he was the guy. He was the guy. But that was the first time ever seeing that kind of speed before. But like as you get up, you'll realize like a 92 mile an hour fastball, that's a watermelon. You want those. That is like if you need to be able to hit that as far and as hard as possible if it gets served up to you. Or like when they say like you want to know how to hit a changeup is don't miss a fastball. You know what I'm saying? Like you need your thought process has to get quicker if you try to get up into these levels. And so that's kind of what I learned. And again, I wanted it so badly. Like I said, when I did the TED Talk, I was sleeping out of my car. I was trying to make it work in any possible way I could, and it was hard, man. It was a journey.
I was about to ask you how you transitioned from baseball into the type of content you create, but just talking to you just right now, I'm kind of already seeing it because baseball, your mind needs to work very fast. Yeah. And anybody who watches your videos, things happen very quickly and it goes from one thing to another very, very fast. So was that sort of like how you learned that, hey, I could probably do this as you know, I guess for fun at first and then something that turned into a career?
Funny enough, man, and I'm certain, again, like, not only from athletics, but just in general, like, you guys can understand this, but, like, in order to try to do, again, like, impossible goals require impossible tasks, right? So, like, me trying to be a professional athlete from never playing until I was at latent age, like, you just take things to the extreme. I mean, like, it's like I was 180 pounds when I got to college. By the time I was starting to get good, I went from 180 to 235 pounds in less than a year. And it was such a drastic shift, they thought I was taking steroids because it was just a big thing. But again, that discipline was, I'm eating 3 times a day. It was brown chicken, rice, broccoli, 2 gallons of water, lifting 3 times a day. 1 is anabolic, 1 is stretching, 1's fast twitch muscles, sleeping 12 hours a day. And I cut if it wasn't about baseball, I wasn't with it. And so when you do that for that long, what happens is you literally you don't realize you kick out everything else in your brain that is not servicing you for baseball. So by the time I got out of baseball and I realized I wasn't going to make it, I couldn't even answer basic questions like, what's your favorite thing to do? I couldn't answer it. If it didn't have to do with baseball or lifting, I couldn't, and it was scaring me. I was like, I don't know who I am as a person. I don't know how to be a person. Like, I'm talking to people in my head. I'm like, I can't relate to people. It was scaring me. So the videos, there was no real intention of like, oh, I want to be a famous person. It wasn't that. It was like, I looked at this as like, everybody here is so talented. And I'm like, the only talent I have is being obsessed with the process. That's it. So I was like, let me try to see if I can find some kind of personality again. So that was a challenge to myself. And then when I started making the videos, they were just therapeutic. Like, I loved making them to just talk about my day and start to and have people actually like me for who I am and not what I could possibly potentially bring to a team or to service them. It was just my personality. So it was very validating that in a way of like, I can just be a human being. And that's why I loved it that much. So as I continued, it just developed.
But you mentioned something. You said you didn't do it to be famous, right? Where a lot of times, a lot of people is doing shit to be famous. Right now, your mentality was something different. And you had a transition period to go from a super locked in athlete mentality to figuring out who the fuck am I as a person, you know what I mean? Like, as a man, what do I want to be known for? What I want to do? How did you get into doing the videos? Like, what was your first video you did that made you like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with this. Like, I'm gonna keep on. I'm going down this path right. I'm gonna fuck with this.
Let me charge my phone up.
Come on, with that phone. Well, I'll tell you what. So my brother was the one that made videos, and he didn't tell anybody about it. I think literally I had to find it like just like randomly, and we talked about it, and he told me about it. I was like, all right, whatever. So I would do it as just for fun or whatever. Like, but the thing that really got me being like, oh, I could do this, or I kind of like this is, I would be working the 9-to-5 jobs, and I would have like a bad like customer experience or a bad boss experience or whatever. Instead of just being like all upset about it, I was like, let me just tell people what went down. And so I would just tell people like, this is what happened at work today. And like, people were like, I feel you. Like, I go through that too. And it made me feel so like, oh, other people go through this. And I vibed with it so hard that I was like, I'm gonna keep this going. Mind you, I was at such my wit's end with these jobs. I'd have my work shirt on doing the videos. Like, I'm like, fire me.
Are you in a position where you can you put the company on blast now?
Yeah, I worked Chipotle. I worked at Krispy Kreme. I worked at I worked construction for a while too. And that's the thing with Chipotle. I was a grill at Chipotle, and so a grill is a 2-person job. I was the only person at the job, so you're not really. It's all anxiety, and it was in the morning times. Which, if you're gonna,
a lot of chicken and shit.
It's a lot of chicken. Also, quick tip: if you're gonna eat Chipotle, do it in the afternoon, not the mornings.
Oh God,
please, in the afternoons. But
write that down.
I would have my shirt on in the bathroom, like, this is what went down today, and then I go back in and start working more. Like, it was just because I was like, why not? Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of how it went. And then
Chipotle
the pizza
good as fuck though, bro.
But I was about to say, Melo got your history with
Chipotle has some up and down years recently. I still love Chipotle.
Eat Chipotle after 12 o'clock, but look, big shout out Chipotle, man.
For Chipotle.
12 to 4. We rock with Chipotle.
Big shout out Chipotle, man. We love Chipotle on this side of here. We love it.
Oh man. But you know what? Like we spoke a little bit about it before we turned the cameras on, but like you're so adamant about your content being authentic and conversational. And like you have this thing when you're talking about it and you say, you know, come here. And like that's when like whatever the subject is becomes like, all right, how did you come up with that? Was that like some sort of like algorithm sort of like, yo, at this time, say this because that's how we know that, or was this just something you just stuck, you did it and it stuck?
All by accident, man. I literally it was 2 a.m. and I was watching a video about this gigantic squid, and I have major like fear of the ocean, so I'm watching it, and again, like for me, like I said, it's not written. I'm like, if I'm feeling it, I run into that bathroom to just experience it. So I'm like, oh, come here, get away from me. And I did that just naturally. I don't know why I even did it, and I was like, that's the Kraken. And then I stopped the video, I posted it, and I went to bed. And I woke up and it just went crazy. And I was like, all right. And I would do another video and they were like, why don't you say come here? And I was like, I just ignored. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then by 3-4 videos in, people were like saying it, like, why aren't you saying it? And I was like, all right, like if y'all vibe it, cool. So I would do it. But then at some point, because again, I don't write anything, like it helps me lock back into like, you got to finish the video at some point. So when I go come here, I'm like, oh, time to focus on this. So it helps me just as much as other people will probably enjoy it as well. So that's kind of how that started.
Yeah, as somebody who watches it, that's definitely the point where I'm like, oh, this is the point where I either keep swiping or I'm like, oh, I'm interested in this.
And the thing
like,
is, people, because I'll do coming, I'll be like, get away from me. People are like, why'd you do that? They were so very upset by that, but it was very funny.
The timing is perfect. And also it's just like something that, you know, like you said, like it feels like it now it's time to lock in. You know what I mean? Like we're doing this now. You know what I mean? Like no matter who it's with. It could be Method Man, it could be Denzel, whoever. Like
big shout out Method Man.
But how do they come up? How do you come up with those? Like how do you come up with the collabs? Like
with the collab?
Yeah.
You want to know what's so funny? And
do you sit down and like, yo, you know what? I'm just gonna write out some shit. Or you say you don't write, but think some shit out. If I meet Meth, or if I meet Tom Cruise, or if I meet this person, like I'll be ready for when I see them, or you just see them and it's like
it's quite literally a mixture of this. If I see them, I'm like, well, let's think of something. Or what happens is comedy is obviously a big thing in my family. And there's times where I'll think of a joke and I'm like, oh, that's so funny. But only Method Man could say this. I don't know him, but he can say this. I don't even want to say it. I don't want him to say it. And so I have a list of people where I'm like, there's certain things I would love for them to deliver. And if I can ever meet them and work with them, this is the idea. I kind of want to center around that idea. And that's kind of how it even went down. Like, even for Method Man, I could hear Method Man telling us that we don't look alike. And I'm like, this is so, like, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it goes. So I have a small list of people that I legitimately, I'm like, yes, like if we work together, I got an idea. There's the ones that slip in where it's like, I don't got no idea, but I'll think of something right now and let's get it going. Like, Halle Berry was the best example. I had not one idea for.
Round of applause to Halle Berry.
Big shout out.
It's a round of applause to Halle Berry. So come on.
I didn't have not one idea for at the time, but it's one of those things where, like you said, for sports, it's like, look, this is your opportunity, man. Either take it or not, because she's always going to be Halle Berry. Okay, yeah. So like you're going to have to figure something out and make something out of nothing if you can. And so we had this idea, and she was amazing. Like she wanted to do it all in one take. She was with it. A few takes, she was down to just keep going, and it was the best experience for her too.
The Donald Glover one was funny because I always thought the first time I saw the video, I thought it was Donald Glover. The first time I saw your videos, I thought you were Donald Glover for like a hot second, and it wasn't until I saw like the second or third ones, I was like, oh. And then y'all had the collab video together. How did that one come
Oh
about?
My gosh. Okay, look, I know this is a time thing, but here, this is what situation happened. Quite literally, we bumped into each other, literally, and I wish I could say it.
Did you do the Spider-Man meme when y'all saw each other?
One was funny. So the BET Awards happened, which was a whole thing. I'm walking over, and I bump into Donald, and he looks at me and goes, oh, people say that we look alike. And I'm like, I have an idea if you want to do that. He's like, yeah, take my number down. And I'm like, it can't be this easy. And so I'm like, this is clearly someone else's number. And I text him, he's like, hey, it's Donald. I'm like, this is nowhere. Like, this is insane. And so one of those funny, and Donald probably figures this out now. Donald. But But I was like, hit him. I was like, hey, someone do the video. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, are you going to be in New York anytime soon? And I was like, funny enough, yes, I'm here now. I'm not. I was in San Diego. And I was like, I'm in New York right now. When even next couple days? And he was like, sure. But then he was going through mainly work stuff. So he was like, he didn't answer my text for at least a couple days. And so I kind of told my family, like, I'm going to go fly to New York right now. And you're either going to see a video of me and Donald, or I'm going to come back.
So you was Martin that flew to LA?
Yes. Yep, I flew out to New York. I legitimately I was in Brooklyn, and I stayed there for like probably 2-3 days. And by like the last day where I'm like, oh, this is getting expensive, I'm probably gonna have to head back, is when Donald hit me. Is like, yeah, if you're around, let's do it. And so we did it there. And I mean, again, I'll always say this, man, the kindest human being I met, like the one of the realest human beings I met, and he's just so genuine, man. So it was a beautiful experience.
Did anybody surprise you, like with like not like necessarily like being a nice person, but just like being with it? Right, because a lot of people are like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, yeah, well, we can do the thing there, the real Instagram,
the real Instagram.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, come on, let's do it, Jordan.
Come on, the Insta Facebook feed. Yeah, no, it's no. I'll tell you what.
It's the Facebook feed.
Look, man, it's something, man. I've heard some wild. Yeah, just do the thing. It's quick. But no. So I would say the outside of, because first off, like I said, Donald was with it. Like he was the one like, come here. He nailed it quick. Outside of Donald, I would say the other person that was like with it, they knew what was there before we even got there. David Cornsweat, Superman.
Oh wow!
Because I pulled up on him, and it was David Cornsweat, Nick Holt, and then and Rachel, the girl who plays Lois Lane, or what have you. And mind you, I don't expect them to know what I do, but Cornsweat's like, no, I know, guys, I got it. And he got the phone and he nailed it first take. And I'm like, this is actually kind of cool that he was with it like that. And funny, most recently, Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum was so down. He's like, what are we doing? Let's do it. Let's nail it. And he got the zoom in right, and it was just awesome. It was super cool.
It feels like you're like the Instagram version of like Breakfast Club, right? It's like if somebody got a movie to promote or a TV show coming out, I'm like, you're gonna pop up with a collab one.
I'll be real with you on this front, and that's why I keep telling people, because they always ask, like, you know, like, oh, who's your list of agents? Who's doing this? I'm like, it is just me and Doug. And Doug is my manager. He's around here somewhere. Big shout out Doug. Big shout out Doug. Doug Landers, and Michael.
Roll the shit down, Doug.
Bro, Doug Landers, Michael Berkowitz. Those two guys are like, they're genuine geniuses, and we literally we sit down and we will chop like, how are we gonna do this? I do a lot of outreach as well. Like, I don't care how big or famous you could possibly get. You're never too good to do some outreach yourself. Like, hey, like, let's do something. Like, I'm here. I'll go to you. It don't matter. Even if it's against the schedule, even if it's losing us money, like, let's do this. Cause at the end of the day, like, I just want it to exist in the world, man. I think it'd be cool. Like, it would be cool to have it out and people like it, and hopefully they have a good experience. And that's what feeds my soul, man. Cause at the end of the day, like, all this extra stuff, the money, all that don't really mean much at the end of the day. You can't take it with you. So, you know, have a fun experience while you're here and help other people out where you can. So
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because like, you look up one of the top kids out there that watch the show, listen to the show, one of the top, you know, careers that people want is like YouTuber, content creator.
Yeah.
And they see your stuff and they probably think you got like some big team or you got like some machine pushing you, whereas, you know, most of the time it's just
Doug, man.
A lot of elbow grease, you know, doing that. So like, in that same vein, was there a specific moment or a collaboration or a specific video that made you realize, yo, this is the one, I made it now? Like, now did it sort of like set like a tidal wave for all the other big acts, like to start?
Or is it the one that you're doing in the future with Mero?
You can't leave without
co-host, right? I got one for all of it. Don't worry about that. Come on now. And the fly, by the way.
And the fly.
The fly into that. Fly can for sure do it. Now, I'll be very real with you, man. Like, it's there was never really a moment. I know it's a cliche, everyone says it, but it's true though. It's like, there's not really a moment where you're like, I made it. I genuinely feel like if there's ever a moment in your brain where you're like, oh, I made it, you are already 2 steps behind. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, anything, you know, like everything can go away the next day. and nothing is ever set in stone. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I see it is like in this immediate moment, I've been blessed to have resources to do things that I want to do, and I need to do the best I can to utilize those while they're available. Right? I think there's a level of hubris to believe like, oh, like we can just get this done next year. There might not be next year for that.
Mm-hmm.
So why not now while we're here and like, for example, like I said, when someone reached out to me, they're like, oh, well, we're in Europe. I'm like, no, I'll come to you. Where's Europe? Let's do it. Let's go.
Where's Europe?
Where's Europe? Let's do it.
That way?
One was funny. I was trying to do a year ago. I was trying to do something with Jeffrey Wright, and
shout out.
I remember I think they said I ain't never been outside the country before, and they're like, well, Jeffrey's in London. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll fly out there tomorrow. I know how far London was. I know what the process was. I don't think I had a passport. I was like, I'll do it. Let's do it. Like, you just got to be like, let's shift the norm of like pushing it off. Let's just do it right now. Like, I promise you, and I have the same pitch for everybody. It takes 5 minutes. It's free, and I'll go to you, and I'm out of your hair after that. And you can, if you like it, good. If people like it and they're giving you props, good. The biggest thing for me is this: when we do the video, at the end of the video, when people are like, oh, Ryan Coogler's a genius for doing this. I want them to get the credit. Take it. I don't even want the credit. I just want it to exist. Yeah. That's all. When Willem Dafoe said yes, that's when I was like, okay, I feel kind of cool. Right? But I felt cool for like a day. That was cool. I was
about to say, like, not made it, but like, yo, this is kind of
some cool shit.
I would say Willem Dafoe 1,000%. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I fought for that one. I was like, dude, we need Willem Dafoe. That was and he was so cool.
And actually, I'll do it right now,
dude. When we met in Toronto, and he pulled up on me, he goes, hey, Jordan, he's like, I don't do this stuff. And I'm like, I know you don't. He's like, okay, so I'm going to cut out some of these words. I'll say this, and I'll say this. And I'm like, okay, perfect. He's like, all right, cool. Where are we filming? And we're walking into a bathroom. It's myself, Corey Hawkins, who was amazing, by the way, and Willem Dafoe. And we're walking in the bathroom. Willem goes, we're in a bathroom. And everyone had to explain why, because it's weird to be like, yeah, let's get in this bathroom. That's weird. So, but
let's go film it.
Come on, let's go get it. On the left one.
I was about to say, I was like, it wasn't a summer.
Yo, well, just come in this coffee store. Let's film it.
Hollywood Story start. You over here real quick.
Ignore the hole with the tape around it.
You'd be shocked how many Hollywood stories start just like that.
But it was, but no, man. He was so open to doing it, and it was like a very humbling experience, even for me. And it just meant the world that the video did well and people received it well. It's the most rewarding thing for sure.
Yeah, your wisdom and your age still throws me for a loop, because I hear you talk and I see the beard. And I find out how old are you, and I'm like, wait, what? like first time I looked it up, like I thought we was on the same age.
I look older than you, man.
It's the beard, bro. It's the beard.
You got a grown man. I got a grown man.
I got the beard going.
I thought it was the same age. Like, just for the record, what's your age again?
28.
28. Yo,
bro, see, this is crazy. I was like, yo, this guy got the same amount of kids as me. Definitely. We right here, you know, and come to find out, you could have been a mistake.
Got 10 years on me. I'm like, goddamn.
You want to know what's crazy? Literally 2 days ago, somebody had kept asking me, they're like, okay, cool. And how many kids do you have? I was like, I don't know. I was on a plane with somebody. That's right. I was on a plane with somebody going into New York, and they were like, okay, and how many kids do you have? I'm like, I don't have any. And then literally in the conversation, okay, cool. And you're a dad? No, I'm not. And we're about to land. She's like, okay, cool. So your family. I'm like, stop this. Like it was not reaching. It was not reaching. It was really funny though.
It's the beard, bro. It's the full unk. You know what I'm saying?
It's the unk beard. I found a gray hair in this thing, man. I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. Like, we're just gonna keep it rolling,
bro. Just roll,
bro. You gotta chill out, man. You gotta chill out. Oh,
it's a compliment, by the way. It's a compliment. It's the wisdom. It's the wisdom.
Either way, I'm with it. That's all good.
Bro, listen, I made the mistake of calling Will Smith an elder statesman.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, so you just calling me an old nigga. I was like, hey.
Oh, man, you gotta be careful, man. They be quick with each other. Oh, so you saying I'm old?
No.
Old niggas don't like to be called
seasoned.
Or they try to beat you to it, where it's like, hey, how you doing, man? What you mean by that? What do you mean what I mean by that? I want to tell you again, like, it's crazy because I said I met Denzel in February, And the first thing I heard, because everyone's like, he's 70. I'm like, I know he's 70. They're like, no, he's 70. I'm like, okay, I get it. They're like, no, he says it. I'm like, all right, cool. I literally didn't know where, I heard him before I saw him because he walks in, he goes, hey, I'm 70. Literally, I'm like, oh, and then we're not joking. He was like, no, this is me. I'm here. I'm like, okay.
That's like the preface. Like,
no, literally, he walking in like,
you gonna hear some shit.
You know what I'm saying? But again, like the most lively spirit, man.
Dog.
Bro, he walked right in. He talking about, hey, I'm 70. My knee hurts a little bit. I'm gonna need a chair. And I'm like, all right. Like I got it. Let me lock in here.
This was Gladiator 2.
This was for Othello. It was right after the Super Bowl, actually. Yeah. Actually, what happened?
He was at Mo, huh?
Well, that's the thing. Mind you, like again, like absolutely, they were grinding for sure. They were getting the work done, and I wanted to do a video with Denzel, so I was trying to reach out. And I reached out for Othello, and thankfully to a couple of very nice people. They were like, "Oh, like he's gonna be at this little private press event. We'll get you information. You can come in." Mind you, I was back home in San Diego. I was watching the Super Bowl, and they hit me, and they're like, "Yo, if you can get to New York by 10 in the morning tomorrow, you can get in the room with Denzel. We can try to get some going." I said, "Great." Took a red eye that night. I told my parents, like, I gotta go, and I left after the game was over. Got on a red eye, flew into New York. Didn't even sleep. I went straight over with my bag to the place, and they're like, "You need an idea for Denzel, you need an idea for Jake, and you need an idea for both of them just in case." I said, "I got it, let's do it." And so I'm ready. I told them, like, with Denzel, I was like, it's gonna take 3 minutes. So like, make it shorter. I said it'll take 40 seconds, and they said make it shorter. I said it'll take 10 seconds. They're like, all right, cool. And so mind you, in my head, I'm like, we gotta make it work. And so I'm waiting. And sadly, just because again, it's a press event. I'm still learning what press days are. It's just like a long day of just interview, and you're just getting it all done in that day.
Cool.
And so mind you, they're trying to lump me in near the end to get it done. And mind you, like they have rehearsal right after. So like they're on a tight schedule. Denzel's giving a lot of time to people because he wants to give these thoughtful answers out. And I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, like, how do I explain this to him? Because no one's explained what we're doing. And I gotta explain to 70-year-old Denzel Washington.
That's all you know.
I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, boss, and I'll tell you what. And I'm like, look, the day's getting up there. The interviews are starting to get up there. Like, I don't think he's gonna have too much patience for me to do this. So, I pulled up on him, and I think at the end of it, I realized I'm like, I don't think this is end up gonna happen the way I want to. So I shook his hand. I thanked him for, just again how open he was with his answers, with the interviews themselves, how intentional they were. And I was like, look, man, like I had this little idea. I think we can do it. But he was already on go mode to go to the rehearsal. So he had to bounce. And from there I had to figure out how to meet with him again to do it. But that was probably the most intense situation. Cause again, I don't have a big old team, me and Doug, and I flew out on my own. So it's just me. So it's me with a phone and this fit. And I'm just like, hey, so people aren't really going to look at that and be like, oh, this is a serious media thing. You feel me? So it's an optics situation as well. Yeah, but that was one of those things.
The PR team and
I don't got the PR team and the 50 people, and then I walk in and then the 50 people leave and they carry me out, and I got the black truck and I got the dead. I don't have all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just me.
Yeah. Listen, so you are an online guy. We are online ourselves. You know what I'm saying? This is the #1 show in America.
Well,
you know
love that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the #1 segment in America. You know,
first one of season 3, baby.
Let's go. It's fuck with it or fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Where we ask you a question, Jordan, and you say, "Hey, Mero, Mello, Cass, I fuck with that.
Okay,
I agree."
Okay.
Or fuck out of here. This cultural moment is a stain on my memory. Okay, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Okay. However you feel about it. You know what I mean? So first up. Talking about social media and food. All right. There's a dude named Seth Goblin on TikTok.
I already know like where this is going.
Listen, I already know. Listen, I was gonna ask like, what?
How you write that name in there though?
Never mind. Seth Goblin on TikTok.
Okay.
Has generated over 50 million views just by wilding. Okay. Seth Goblin, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no!
Oh, I've seen this video. Someone said he had a bag of shaboing points. What they say?
A bag of shaboing
points. Something like that.
A Ziploc bag of shaboingy boingies. Dog.
Yo,
oh my God! He's not even
buddy.
No bun.
Are you shitting me,
bro? See? Oh, nah, man.
The bun was just for decoration.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's crazy. The bun is just for decoration.
You just signed the ball.
See, we've been on hiatus too long, man. We forgot the rules and shit.
So you fucking with it,
please.
Fucking with it, or fuck out of here.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you, man.
Glizzy Goblin on a work shift?
I'll be real with you. As somebody who has worked the 9-to-5 jobs like that, man, like
you gotta inhale lunch.
You feel what I'm saying? Like you gotta have a lunch, you gotta keep rolling, man. I'm with it. Like if that's what's gonna keep him, you know what I'm saying, focus on the work and keep the vibes calm, then go ahead, man. I'm not here
4
to
glizzies in each bag is crazy.
That is crazy. In the Ziploc.
In the Ziploc. You know the moisture heat, you know it's hot. So the come on.
You got already not moist in there. You got a glizzy with BPA? That is nuts.
Bread mass soft and wet.
8 glizzies in a work day is crazy. 8 glizzies in a work day is crazy.
You play baseball though, but like glizzies and baseball is like hand in hand. That's like the go-to.
That's what you can indulge. You know what I'm saying? Baseball game, you know, shit like that.
Kind of, especially when you go to a Dodger game, like you had to get a Dodger game.
Just make sure there's no cameras around. You know what I'm saying?
And then when you're in the audience, it's turned to got 8 of them.
It's crazy.
That's expected glizzy behavior. If I go to a ballpark and you got the glizzy on you, like I'll say something, but hey,
you gotta eat. Nah, man, listen.
In the office with the
y'all
Ziploc.
I'll be so real with you, man. Like I said, man, he came and saying nothing like that's his deal. And he not bothering nobody. Like he's eating his food. Like, look, man, come on.
I beg to differ. He bothering me.
But in the next show, we'll go like, yo, come on.
He bothering me.
Hey, your name is Frank too?
He said the number is preposterous. It's why 8 exactly.
So it's really
crazy,
8 of those?
man.
I need to see another video. Yo, he's in the airport.
He's dedicated. He's dedicated.
Yo.
8 glizzies in the window seat is egregious. Yo.
Bro,
what is
he's
he doing?
dedicated.
Look at the guy next to him. Look how he looking at him, peeping at him.
He kind of want one too.
I know it smells crazy in there.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
That's more egregious than the
bro.
one.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I
Like,
enjoy
come
hot
on
dog.
now.
I'm a hot dog enjoyer.
Hot dog is, you know what I
I
mean?
like hot dogs, bro. I'm not gonna lie to
Dressed
you. He
up real
pulled out
nice.
8 of them.
Can't get mad
It
at
seems
a
to
hot
be his
dog.
favorite.
8 of them
number to put. I think it's the much you can put in the
47-minute
Ziploc.
flight is crazy.
One sitting.
47.
New York to Boston, 15 glizzies. This is nuts. He's doing pyramids with the glizzies now.
Yo,
bro.
and even worse off. Like,
Why? What the fuck? Why does he need the gaming
He had
headphones?
the
You wanna know
whole,
what's crazy?
You
You wanna know
missed
what's crazy?
the
I
whole
wanna-
joint in the beginning. He
And
had
a
the
gallon
whole
of milk?
big.
This is diabolical.
You want to know what's crazy? I kind of want to know what Joey Chestnut thinks about this because he's the champion, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see if he's like, oh, this is an apprentice.
Get this guy. This is called by Nah.
Get him a deal. Listen,
Yeah, with the gallon of milk is
gallon of milk. That is wild. I'm not gonna lie to
The
you. Like,
glizzies itself ain't the issue. It's
That's-
always the egregious behavior before it, right?
Bro.
Like he's got a whole grill, but he's still boiling the dog in the grill.
While
Instead
being
of
in a
just
Call of
using
They're
Duty
not
lobby?
even grilled.
They're not even grilled dogs. They're not even grilled.
Wait a minute.
You got that big ass grill.
They boiled glizzies. They
So Melo is the fuck out of here.
fuck out of
Jordan's
here.
I'm
fucking
with it. I'm with
Yeah,
it.
listen, you
Self-goblet,
gotta
man.
do it. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I fuck with it, but you gotta do it like an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You gotta have the play sheet in front of your face while you do it. All right.
There's glizzy approved areas, like the ballpark. You know what I mean? Like
They say
at the park.
we get you. We got 50 million views coming. Cash. You got to get on 7 p.m. and eat 15 glizzies.
15 glizzies on the pot
For 50 million views.
I've never ate more than 3 glizzies in one sitting. Period.
I don't want to be
That's
asking you that. I
crazy.
don't even feel like asking you that question. But I'm just saying. I'm only saying that because he generated
I'm
over
not
50
doing
million
it.
views.
If we doing it for 50 million views, for 50
But you also
million
gotta
views,
understand too. Like
You
it
do
seems
anything. You
like
question it, you do anything. Cash, you do anything.
Y'all gotta understand though, bro. It seems like he's doing this for the love of the game. Like if there was no cameras, he's still gonna have his 8 hot dogs. So like he's just filming it now and getting bread for it. No pun intended. But like that's what it is, man. Like come on now.
Getting bread for it, literally.
Yo, listen, I'm throwing a rack of the sabrets on the grill, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They
This is
not
what I gotta
grilled
do.
though. They boiled.
That's all I have.
No, for him it's the number and they're not grilled.
Yeah.
He's like, why 8 and why aren't they
15
grilled?
boiled joints.
15 boiled joints.
question is for you. 50 million views.
You doing 50 million?
Never. And views is not that important to me.
He said, I'm gonna do it the right way.
Not if I gotta go there. Not if I gotta be a glizzy goblin. That is crazy.
I'm very proud at the top of our YouTube stats.
But if you want to do it proper and we at the house and I show you how to grill the glizzies, yeah, we could do it. We get 50 million views for that.
And not 8. It's the number I think it's also I think that's what got him a lot.
Accept me. If I sat in this seat,
like, this is
as you talking, I got the bag. Y'all not gonna accept that. It's not gonna accept that.
And that's a wrap on 7 p.m. goddammit. Jordan, the Stallion. You know what I'm saying? My guy. In the building.
Thank you, man.
In the building.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is, man. Yes, sir. You know, we out here. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. We are back. Season 3 has arrived. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say much to your chagrin, but that's out of context. Much to your enjoyment.
I'm trying to catch this outro like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, comment on a comment on a comment on a comment on a comment. They know about engagement. Tell them about
They do, yeah, no, yeah. Make sure to log into InstaFace Real Books, and then make sure you want to share, like, swipe, and then re-swipe and re-like it. Thank you.
Peace.